I opened my banking app yesterday morning, standing in line for a coffee I probably shouldn't have been buying, expecting to see a safe buffer. I thought I had at least $100 to coast until Friday. Instead, I saw $12.43, and payday is still 4 days away. My heart literally dropped into my stomach, and I felt that cold wash of anxiety prickle the back of my neck. I immediately closed the app like if I didn't see it, it wasn't real. This is my real-time journey, not expert advice. Here is exactly what happened. That number, $12.43, triggered a spiral I think a lot of us know too well. It wasn't just about the money, it was the immediate shame. I've been doing this 1% better journey for months now. I'm supposed to be the guy tracking his spending, the guy who knows where every dollar is going. But life got busy, I got lazy with my tracking app, and suddenly I'm standing there terrified that a $4 latte is going to cause an overdraft fee. The old me? The version of me from a year ago? I know exactly what he would have done. I would have swiped my credit card. I would have justified it by saying, it's an emergency, I need to eat, I need gas. I would have buried that $12.43 problem under a new pile of debt and promised myself I'd pay it off next month. And we all know that next month never actually comes. But this time, I just froze. I walked out of the coffee shop without buying anything. I sat in my car and just breathed for a second. I realized I didn't have a spending problem in that exact moment. I had a math problem. I needed about $50 to get gas and basic groceries to survive until Friday without touching the credit card. The panic was telling me I was broke, but the logical side of my brain, the side I'm trying to train, whispered that maybe the money was actually there, just hidden. Honestly, it feels embarrassing to admit that a missing $50 can still derail my entire mental state. It makes me feel small. Have you ever felt that specific type of panic? You know, where you refresh the banking app screen hoping it's a glitch, but the number stays the same? That heavy pit in your stomach. If you felt that financial guilt or fear recently, let me know in the comments with a "me too." I just need to know I'm not the only one staring at double digits when I desperately need triple. So I drove home, kept the radio off, and just sat in the silence for a bit. When I walked through the door, I didn't wallow. I went straight to the kitchen table, opened my laptop, and decided to treat my bank statement like a crime scene. I needed to find $50. That was the mission. I wasn't going to earn it by driving for a rideshare app or selling a kidney. I had to find it inside the money I had already wasted or was planning to waste. The first place I looked was the subscriptions tab on my phone. Honestly, I was hoping for a miracle, like a forgotten yearly refund. But what I found was just annoying. I found a subscription for a graphic design app, $14.99 a month, that I had downloaded for one specific project 2 months ago and completely forgot to cancel. That didn't put cash back in my pocket for today, but clicking unsubscribe felt like stopping a bleeding wound. It was a small win, but I was still at $12.43 in the bank. Then I looked around my actual physical space. My desk was a mess of papers and unopened mail. And right there, sitting under a stack of bills, was an Amazon box I hadn't even opened. It was a phone stand and a ring light I bought last week at 2 a.m. because I thought I was going to start vlogging my mornings or something. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I checked the return policy. Free drop-off at the store down the street. Value $26.50. This is the messy part of the journey. It's not glamorous, it's literally me digging through trash and digital receipts to fix my own mistakes. If you are tired of the polished, perfect financial advice out there and just want to document your own messy journey alongside mine, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We can be imperfect together. So I had the $26.50 pending from the return. That would hit my account in maybe 24 hours. But I needed to survive now. The biggest leak I had left was food. I had planned to go to the grocery store and spend about $40 on chicken, veggies, and snacks for the next few days. I opened my fridge. It was depressing. A half-empty carton of milk, some questionable cheddar cheese, and condiments. But then I checked the freezer. I found a bag of frozen broccoli that had been there since the Ice Age, and a bag of frozen shrimp I bought on sale 3 months ago. I checked the pantry, rice, and a can of beans. I did the math. If I forced myself to eat this pantry scrap stir-fry for the next 3 nights, I didn't need to go to the grocery store. I could keep that $40 in my pocket, or rather not add it to my credit card debt. So the tally? $14.99 saved in future. Monthly bleeding. Subscription. $26.50 recovered from a dumb impulse buy. The return. $40 found by eating the gross stuff in my freezer. The pantry challenge. I didn't technically make money, but by being absolutely ruthless with what I already had, I swung my financial reality by about $80 in 1 hour. I felt the tension in my neck start to loosen. I wasn't a victim of my bank account anymore. I was problem solving. It wasn't pretty. My dinner was rubbery shrimp and rice, but it tasted like freedom. And that's really the biggest lesson I took from this whole panic attack. The shrimp was rubbery and the rice was a little dry, but honestly, it was the best meal I've had all week because I ate it, knowing I had solved the problem myself. The 1% lesson here isn't about becoming a millionaire overnight. It's about shifting from being a victim of my bank account to being the manager of it. For so long, I thought the only solution to being broke was to make more money. I thought I needed a raise, a side hustle, or a winning lottery ticket. But the truth is, I had the money. It was just hiding in a useless subscription, an unopened Amazon box, and a neglected freezer shelf. The atomic finance idea I'm taking into next week is simple. Check the leaks before you fill the bucket. I realized that if I had just thrown that $12.43 overdraft on a credit card, I would have missed the chance to exercise this resourcefulness muscle. I would have stayed helpless. Instead, I forced myself to get creative, and I found nearly $80 of value in my own house. That's a 1% improvement in my mindset that's worth way more than the cash itself. So I made it to Friday. I didn't overdraft. I didn't swipe the credit card. It wasn't a perfect week. I still let myself get down to $12 in the first place. But I fixed it without digging the hole deeper. And right now, that feels like a massive victory. My 1% mission for tomorrow is to find just one more leak to plug. I'm going to go through my closet and find one shirt I haven't worn in a year and list it on a resale app. That's it. Just one shirt. What is your 1% step? Can you find $5 in your cracks? Maybe it's canceling a streaming service you don't watch, or returning that gadget you don't need. Let's share our small wins in the comments below. I am not a financial expert or advisor. This content is for documenting my personal journey and for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research before making any financial decisions.